All right, cardio's done. I finally got meal one in by the time I needed to wait for Dave to finish eating to take pictures to send to Justin, and then drive to the gym and do my cardio. Came home, ate, and it was about 9:30 by the time I finally got meal one in after getting up at like 7. So I am exhausted. I'm going to take a short nap, and then I got to do some client work to get ahead for the week, start packing, a little posing. My brain is operating at literally the pace of potato today. I am waiting to get my peak plan from Justin. I may actually ask him if instead of training all the days that I normally would, if I can actually just rest a day. I hate to ask for that, but I'm really at a point right now where I feel like that is probably going to do me more good than continuing to train and reinflame. But we'll see. So maybe after this nap, I will feel great, and we're going to go from there. So yeah, the end. Definitely got halfway through my meal before I remember I was supposed to film anything. I feel like inoperable at the moment. Still waiting to get my peaking plan back from Justin. I am eating a regular low day meal. Which for me right now, he added some fats back in, which is great, but I still feel really depleted. I'm probably gonna go train here in a little bit. I really debated just taking today off from training. I was gonna wait till I heard back from him. I let him know I wasn't feeling great, but I'm just gonna go get it done, and we'll see how things look tomorrow. So I have beef and everything seasoning, ketchup, pickle. I'm trying to keep salt consistent. And then I have a rice cake and a little bit of almond butter. So I just got my peaking plan from Justin. Things look pretty good. We're gonna start carving me up a little bit sooner this week, which I think is gonna be good. So today and tomorrow I'm still doing some light upper training. I'm actually feeling a little bit better now that I'm moving around a little bit, but probably gonna wrap up here soon-ish. But today, so sometimes during peak week I split things up into body parts to, you know, like shoulders or back or, you know, or whatever. This week I'm just kind of doing an upper push-pull, so I'm doing like, you know, 2 pushes, 2 pulls, maybe 3 on each peak weekday, and also making sure to hit some isolations in terms of your delts, biceps, triceps, stuff like that. I prefer to do it that way. I'm going to try it this week anyway, rather than splitting it in body parts, just for a little bit more of an even depletion, hopefully even depletion. I don't think it's that important, to be honest, but that's just kind of my strategy I'm taking this go around. So that's where we're heading. I'll probably wrap up here soonish, and then home, go reposing, get packing, and hopefully just chill tonight. So I'm hoping I should sleep well tonight. It's been a long time without sleep, so we're gonna keep cruising. Right, just pulled in the garage from training, and just wanted to make a quick point. So throughout prep, usually I start to get really tired and start to not look forward to training. But over the last couple of weeks, I've really had to remind myself that 9 out of 10 times I feel so much better after I train, just with regards to energy, just feeling better in general, things like that. So today, before I went in, I kind of reminded myself of that habit that I built up, of like really remembering that I always feel better after I train. And because I've told myself that and have proof of that, you know, for multiple weeks in a row now, makes it a lot easier to go in and get it done, and you know, do the best thing that you can do well on that day. So I don't know, I think it's worth bringing up that no matter how disciplined you are, like I consider myself a pretty disciplined person, at some point you're going to really start to rely on the habits that you've chosen to build over time. And I think it's really important to set yourself up for success. So something I talk about with my clients a lot, but I think especially in peak week when you're feeling really tired, and you know, it's hard because you would think that you're really excited to get on stage, but by the time you get to here, you're tired. You're tired, but you're also nervous and excited and all these things all at once, and you feel ready, but you feel not ready. And at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to the habits that you've put into place for yourself. So the habit that I put into place for myself is reminding myself that I always feel better after I train. And especially on a day like today, I've really come to lean into that. So yeah, just important to remember, I guess. So I'm walking around my house packing. And those of you who've watched the podcast, a couple weeks ago, I talked about how my feet hurt just walking because the fat pads are gone on them. So I have these they're like slipper socks that Dave's mom got me one year for Christmas, because fun fact, one of my favorite things on this planet is hospital socks. Like, I love hospital socks. I love that they have like the little grippies on them, and then when you walk on the floor, they make that like grippy sound. So anyway, she got these for me like kind of as a joke, except that now I'm like kind of relying on them, because every time I walk, my feet literally have nothing left on them. So yeah, you know you're in prep when. But anyway, hallelujah, my fever broke and I feel like I have come back to life. You can probably see it on my face, which is great because I felt like a zombie earlier today. So I am getting ready to eat my next meal. It is going to be, surprise, about 100 grams of chicken with a little bit of almond butter and a ton of Splenda and cinnamon and everything bagel seasoning. And then I actually do kind of a weird thing with my rice cakes where I put them in a bowl with like a tiny little bit of almond milk and make it kind of like a fake cereal. I'll film that for you guys. But one thing I did want to show you too is traveling supplements. Big old bag here. So it looks like a lot, and it kind of is. But what I've got here is Gatorade Zero. I've been drinking one a day, and then I also have some for immediately when I step off stage, just for drying out. That is super, super important. I have my Hit the Rack here. Rather than bring like the whole tub, I put it in a baggie and bring a little scoop. I have my cramp away pills to help with muscle cramping, which I have a little bit of extra. They don't know if my like autoimmune stuff is actually like early MS or what it is, but I get these weird like muscle fasciculations that can kind of turn into these weird like partial seizures. So this fasciculations, part of what I need to do is manage like the muscle twitching. Cramp away actually has really helped with that quite a bit. So I also have my suppressor, which I take daily, and then I will also use when I'm eating this weekend, which I'm really excited about, and my Go pills. I think that's about it. So I am taking this bag with me on the plane rather than packing it in my carry-on. I have had too many mishaps where luggage gets lost and stuff that I need isn't with me, especially if it's stuff that I need every, couple hours. Like I'm still taking Go pills, bronchieclin every couple hours. So want to make sure I keep that with me just in case. But all my other things for the week, I have in a pill box packed in my suitcase that will be checked. So yes. All right. So chicken with the cinnamon, Splenda, everything bagel, per usual this week. And then I have my bowl of, let's see if I can, yeah, that. So it's basically rice cakes crumbled up with cinnamon, Splenda, and a little almond butter on top. And I'm going to put like half an ounce of almond milk on there. I just said almond milk and almond butter. And it comes out a little bit like fake cereal, which is kind of my jam. So I have 1 ounce on there, and yeah, good stuff. Delish. Well, that lasted all about 4.5 seconds. I think the hardest thing about peak week meals is that you eat them and you realize that you're just hungrier after the meal than you were before. But I'm trying to remind myself I have one more day, one more low day, and then I get to start eating a little bit. So we're hanging on. Okay, last movie of the night. Just a little dry needling on Dave because he's still recovering from that TFL strain. I had a little burst of energy and now I am pooped. So I'm going to do a little bit of journaling, take a shower, basically get ready to go. We have an early morning tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a cardio session in tomorrow before we go to the airport. We'll see how that goes. I told Dave it's really going to depend on if I sleep tonight or not. I've been having issues where I will fall asleep from like basically the first like 30 minutes I'm in bed, and then I'll just lay there awake until like 4 a.m. And 4 is usually when Dave gets up and makes breakfast, and it's really loud because his hearing is terrible, so he doesn't hear anything. And my hearing is, I'm super sensitive. And then I lie awake from like 4 till 5:30, and then I might sleep from like 5:30 to 7. And that's been the case for the last like 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 10 weeks from Chicago, which was 2 weeks ago. So 12 weeks. So anyway, I'm gonna start winding down for the night. Yeah, just keep telling myself there's one more like hard day of low days. I really wanted to do more posing today, but I just had no energy. It took me forever to get anything done because my brain felt like a potato all day. But that's how it goes. So keep on keeping on and do the best that you can. And yeah, pretty excited. We're getting excited. So have a good night.